Here are 3 nervous system hacks to reduce food cravings. You're going to want to save this, honey.
Hey people, welcome and welcome back to the channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. Cravings are one of the biggest challenges people face during weight loss, but learning how to manage them can make the process easier and more sustainable. The first step is to understand that cravings are often more about emotions, habits, or dehydration than true hunger. Kindly watch the following videos and I'll be back to share my own thoughts, and please don't go away.
If you're trying to get hot and healthy, but you struggle with cravings, here are some things that I do that will help you deal with them. Okay, number 1, as soon as you get a craving, take a pause. Just because you get a craving, that doesn't mean you need to act on it. It's just your body's way of communicating its needs to you. So ask yourself if you're bored, tired, or thirsty, because odds are it's probably one of those things. Which leads me to my next point, number 2, make sure you're hydrated. Whenever I get a craving, I make sure to reach for some water, but if I've already done that, then I'll reach for some electrolytes. Electrolytes are basically minerals that our bodies need to feel hydrated, and whenever I drink electrolytes, I feel more satiated, and then the craving goes away. Okay, number 3, if the craving is really bad, I will reach for like a fun, low-calorie beverage like green tea or a seltzer or something along those lines and remove myself from the kitchen. I'll usually go on a walk, I'll call a friend, I'll do my nails, I'll go shopping, literally anything to get me out of the kitchen and distract myself. Okay, it's really that simple. And I know it sounds a little elementary, but if you are surrounding yourself in a place where you're supposed to eat and make food, it's going to make it that much harder to resist your craving. Okay, number 4, find healthy alternatives to the things that you like, because I'm telling you right now, you crave the things that you eat. And I'm not coming from a place of restriction, because of course you can have cookies, donuts, pie, Taco Bell, whatever you want, as long as you're using portion control. I'm talking about in the moments when you know you probably shouldn't have it. But if you are always craving those things, try to go a few days without it just to give your body a little cleanse and replace it with some healthy alternatives. Then you'll start to crave the healthy alternatives instead. Okay, I know it sounds weird, but I'm telling you right now, I eat cottage cheese and fruit, and that is exactly what I crave. Okay, lastly, number 5, and this one's more for newbies, or if you are a chronic overeater like the way I used to be, don't keep triggering foods in your house, okay? Until you gain control, until you feel more confident to have them around you, really try to make the environment as easy and simple as possible. Stock your house with a lot of fruits, healthy alternatives, things that you can snack on more freely, because if you have like all of those temptation foods around you, it's going to make it a lot harder to deal with your craving. Whenever I get a craving, I don't feel guilt or shame around it. I just know it's my body trying to tell me something. And so I go through all of these steps and it really does help. Okay, let me know what you think. Stay disciplined and let's get hot and healthy.
Here are 3 nervous system hacks to reduce food cravings. You're going to want to save this, honey. I healed 20 years of overeating, emotionally eating, all of that type of eating with these types of tools. And I help women all around the world to do the same thing. So let's do it. We have to remember that our nervous system, when stressed, is going to light up the parts of your brain that are going to crave sugary, salty, fatty foods, the things that are not good for us, the things that are going to make us feel like garbage afterwards, the same things that cause us to gain weight and just have a whole host of other things that we don't love. So when you support your nervous system to be more regulated and come into a calm, grounded place, you actually turn off the part of your brain that has been lit up for those cravings, okay? So effective. So tool number 1, you can use this little tapping, butterfly tapping right here. Right, left, right, left, right, left. This is bilateral stimulation. This helps to engage the right and left hemispheres of the brain. You don't do this little head thing when you're doing it like I am. I'm just like in emotion. I'm grooving. I can't stop now. You tap right, left, right, left. You can go whatever pace you want. My suggestion is not to go like this. You could, but slow. Help ground, bring the heart rate down. March, 2, 3, 4, march. Anyways, you get the idea. Butterfly tapping. Really effective. 1 to 5 minutes. Excellent tool. Okay, number 2. This one's really easy. You're gonna love it. The psychological sigh. You've heard this one before. This pushes stale oxygen and CO2 out of our lungs. It helps to shift us into the rest and digest branch of our nervous system. And when you're there, again, you've shut off those lit up centers in your brain that want to eat those foods and start overeating mindlessly. So you feel calm and regulated, and we make really good decisions and healthy decisions with food. We're in a calm, regulated state. So it looks like this. We do 2 to 3 rounds. You can follow with me. We're going to do 2 inhales through the nose, and it's going to force a gentle exhale. Hold the psychological sigh. See, we're relaxing. Let's do 1 more together. Oh boy. Ah. Okay, here we go. Sometimes it has like a delayed, like long yawn. It's kind of wild. Okay, so awesome. That was 2. Number 3, which I think is the most powerful, EFT tapping. This is, you can tap mirror me, so tap on these points on your body, right or left side, doesn't matter. If you're able to, follow along. Tapping is one of the most powerful tools to turn off food cravings, regulate your nervous system. It does literally everything all at once. We tap a couple times per point. These acupressure points correspond directly to calming the amygdala, the limbic system, those parts of our brain that turn on the stress response, and just quiet them all down. Tapping has been scientifically studied and proven as well, that even doing group tapping for 1 hour, a study showed that it reduced cortisol by 40%. Pretty nuts. So very, very powerful. I would recommend you do this even on your own. You typically see tapping with words. I just did 1 round there, but you can keep going and do about 1 to 5 minutes total. Typically you see it with words and being done with a trained practitioner, which I am myself. I'm a master practitioner of conscious EFT. But on a very basic fundamental level, you can do this tapping without words to send those signals to your nervous system to calm and relax. And this is an amazing thing to do. Oftentimes we can't catch cravings before they happen because we're already too stressed, and asking yourself to use one of these tools before you do that classic overeating cravings thing might feel at first really difficult. But what you're going to do is you're going to use any of these tools either in the morning long before you usually have these cravings, or right after you do the thing where you eat the foods that you didn't want to eat and you engage in the cravings, because you're going to teach your nervous system how to calm and relax, and you're going to reduce all that shame and guilt spiral that you always have, which in itself drives more cravings. So what you're going to do is you're going to start beating the cycle no matter where you start planting these little tools in. And before you know it, you're going to build enough capacity where you're going to be able to use these tools before you have a craving, and you'll stop it before it happens. And that's how it's done, my friends. And if this is something that you deeply struggle with and you're looking for freedom with, then this happens to be my area of expertise. You're welcome to book a complimentary one-on-one call with me to learn exactly how I can support you to break free of this for good. Doesn't matter if you've struggled with this for 5 years, 10, 30, 40. I've worked with women who have struggled with this their whole entire lives. I struggled with it too for 20 plus years. And here I am free for 7 years plus teaching other women how to heal. So you can do this. And the link for that is in the usual place on my old little profile.
Fat loss is controlled starvation. The one tool that everyone can use to see if they're losing weight or if they're on the right path to lose weight is hunger. If you are never hungry, you are not going to lose weight, like point blank period. If you're starving, you're probably going to drop weight way too fast. Now, the sweet spot is if you're hungry sometimes, you're gonna lose weight. How I like to find that sweet spot is if after the meal you feel like you could go for seconds, don't. That's exactly where you should stop. You're no longer hungry, but you could have more. You're not stuffed, but you're satisfied. Use the tools that you're blessed with. If you don't want to overcomplicate things, if you don't want to measure stuff, use hunger. It's a tool.
Here's my number 1 tip on how to control cravings when you're trying to cut, drop body fat, and really tap into this lifestyle so you can see the results of your labor. Listen all the way up, sis. And if you didn't know, I'm your sister coach to Fit and Finance. I lost 100 pounds naturally. I've been able to maintain that weight loss plus more over the last 8+ years. I own a women's only gym here in Houston, Texas, and I teach other women like you to do the exact same thing. And I want to talk with you about those cravings that you have and that you keep craving into. Listen up, sis. The number 1 tip and the only tip I suggest to people when they tell me they have a really bad sweet tooth, or they really, really can't stop eating this, or really, really can't stop doing this when they eat, or have to have this when they eat, is to just stop. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I am human. I have been through those phases where, look, I don't ever see myself coming up out of this like I need this to survive almost. I understand. I've been there. I've been nearly 300 pounds my entire life, and I would give into cravings every single day because I could. Prior to my most recent trip, I went on a 75 hard challenge. Y'all know what that is. I actually did 85 days hard, and I really, really wanted to be more intentional about my eating. Like I said, I've been on this journey for 8+ years. I'm not perfect. I like to go out, I like to eat. I like the same things you like. But I'm not always locked in. But when I am locked in, oh, it's locked in. I'm locked in and I'm not tweaked out, okay? So those 85 days, I really, really challenged myself, even on my period. No candy, no chocolate, none of that. No soda, no sugary drinks, no high carbs. I really, really locked in, and the results speak. I'm gonna leave a picture at the end of this video so you can see how I looked prior to my 75 hard and how I looked afterwards, to show you that the work works. It's the same things that I've been doing for years. I just locked back in, got more serious about it, more intentional. I started logging every single detail to make it make sense. I'm working out hard. I want to look like that, and it's gonna come from your food. You're gonna be strong, but those abs, that lean muscle mass, that shit comes from the kitchen, sis. But I want to tell you that if you say you have cravings, I promise you, challenge yourself not to have that little sweet treat for a week, and then go for 2 weeks, and then go for a month, and you're gonna realize that you don't even crave it anymore. We're literally only craving it because we're constantly eating it. Once you stop eating it, your body adjusts. You're not thinking about it, you're not looking for it. I promise you, it's a game changer. So my suggestion to you on how to control your cravings when trying to drop body fat and get into this lifestyle and see your results, just stop. Stop for a period of time and watch your entire life change. That's my suggestion to you, sis. If this video gave you some insight on how you can drop those cravings and stop giving in every single time. You can't be doing that. You gotta be stronger than that, sis. You be going to the gym picking up all the weights and you tell me you can't be stronger than a little Debbie cake? Get it together, get it together. But I want you to comment a heart below. Let me know this video gave you some insight on what you should be doing if you are literally craving and having that craving every single time. Comment a heart below, let me know. Let me know we in it together. We're gonna really try for a week, and then 2 weeks, and then a month. And we're gonna do it together.
You're not hungry. You are not hungry. If you had a breakfast today, if you had a coffee after that, if you had lunch and now it's 2 p.m. and you're hungry and you crave a coffee and a little sweet treat, you're not hungry. Your blood sugar has dropped, causing your cortisol to spike up. That's your stress hormone. Remember, it's causing that to spike up to level set your blood sugar. That's then going to cause you to crave a dopamine hit in the form of sugar or caffeine or food, like lots of carbohydrate food. So remember that your hormones play a big role in what we perceive as hunger. But if you have had enough food today, it is very important that you understand the signals your body is giving you. And if you have not had food today and you're hungry, then you should eat. That should be very clear, very basic. When we're hungry and we haven't eaten in all day, eat some food. That's why you're tired. That's why you can't focus. But if you've had stabilizing meals, especially if you've had protein at those meals, and especially if you had some food before you had coffee and you're still crashing and you still need a sweet treat, then that's your blood sugar and we should work on regulating that. Or that's your cortisol and you're super stressed out and you're looking to self-soothe. Your nervous system is asking for regulation through the only way you know how to cope, which is food, because you've used that your whole life to soothe yourself when you couldn't get love and support and comfort anywhere else. That's where that comes from. And if you find yourself scrolling in between every task and you need constant stimulation from outside sources, you can't just take a break in between calls and just sit there and breathe or go outside for a little 2-minute walk. If you are hungry at those points, it's not hunger, it's your body asking you to regulate more. Regulate blood sugar, regulate your dopamine patterns, and to regulate your overall nervous system. It's not always hunger. Sometimes it's thirst as well, so make sure you're hydrated with electrolytes.
I think one point that people miss when it comes to weight loss is that you will be hungry during the journey. Like, you will feel hungry. Remember, your body is used to eating so much food. Now, when you start losing weight, you decrease all those portions. You even switch up what you eat. You cut out certain food. So please be patient with yourself. You will be hungry, but your body will adjust and eventually get used to that hunger, which will not be hunger anymore. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like, if you hold on, your body will eventually get used to it and it won't even feel like hunger anymore. In fact, your body will shut down when you see too much food, or when you have to consume more than you prefer, or having to eat more times than you are now used to eating.
If every time you finish a meal, you're like, oh my God, I want something sweet, I want a little sweet treat, but you're trying to lose weight, I'm gonna tell you what to do. There's 2 options. One, you keep enough calories in your day to get a pint of Halo Top or a sugar-free popsicle or something like that. Then you can still kick the sweet craving. But if you're the type of person that's like, I can't just have one. I can't just have one. I know that I want another and another and another. You have to go with option number 2, okay? Option number 2 is, okay, you're having a meal and you're like, okay, I want something sweet now. Automatic sweet treat alert just went off. I want something. You have to tell yourself no. Not forever, but for the moment, no. after the second or the third day that you tell yourself no, you are going to realize, oh, wait, that was just something that I put in my head when I was younger that I need to have dessert after I finish eating. I don't actually need dessert because the truth is I don't really want it right now. You have to train your brain to realize when you want something because you actually want it or when you want something because it's just a habit.
Well, don't forget to leave your comment in the comment section below. What is your thoughts on this issue? Drinking a glass of water and waiting 10 minutes can sometimes quit the urge to snack. Building meals around protein, fiber, and healthy fats also keeps you fuller for longer and making cravings less intense. Another effective strategy is to avoid extreme restrictions. When you completely cut out certain foods, your brain may exhaust on them even more. Instead of practicing moderation, allowing yourself in small portion of your favorite treats reduce the feeling of deprivation. Distraction is also powerful. Going for a short walk, calling a friend, or engaging in a hobby that shifts away your food hunger. Sleep and stress management are also important. Lack of rest increases hunger hormones, while stress often triggers emotional eating. By getting enough sleep and practicing relaxation techniques, cravings naturally decrease. Untimely cravings don't mean you are failing. They are part of the process. With mindful eating, balanced nutrition, and smart coping strategies, you can stop craving from controlling your fat loss journey. Thank you so much, guys, for being part of this conversation. Please remember that healthy is wealthy. So let's take care of our healthy. See you in the next video and stay safe.